All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. It took me about 300 yards to walk to this little shitty pond over here from the car to bring this gas boat, 72 inch. But guess what I forgot? I forgot the controller for the rescue boat. Anyways, so this is my vintage gas boat. I'm gonna run it right now. Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see if she starts. Anyways, guys, so here we go. This is what we got going on. Gas boat, 25cc motor. I think it's a 70 millimeter prop. I forgot. Haven't measured it in a while. Got some ready mixed VP fuel. And this one is between a 40 and a 50 to 1, and the reason I'm doing that on this run, I'm not going to put much fuel in it, but the reason I'm doing that on this run is basically I want the lubrication of the oil a little more for the first run, because I haven't run her in a very long time. I haven't turned on the motor is what I'm saying. Anyways, let's see here. Pull out the vintage Futaba. All right. Steering. Throttle. Perfect. Okay. Put a little bit of fuel in her, and we'll see if we can even get her started. Because I don't know, guys. I don't know. By the way, guys, this VP fuel has a 6-year shelf life when it's unopened, and after you open it, it has a 2-year shelf life. Just a little bit, guys, just a little bit, maybe a little more. All right. So the reason I'm using this too is, one, because it's ethanol free and it's 94 octane. So you can't get that at the pump. You can't go get ethanol free fuel at the pump. You just can't. And of course, I forgot my towel. So nervous today. All right. Prime the carb. Perfect. Choke the carb. Give it a few pulls. Let's see, guys, let's see. Where do I hold it from so she doesn't fly all over the place? Oh, she wants to. Choke the carb again. Unchoke it. And I don't have that. I can use my key. I need a screwdriver, which I don't have. I forgot all my tools. I forgot freaking everything, guys. Everything. I forgot everything. Maybe this will work. There we go. Oh, wow. Wow, super responsive. She's gonna choke. She needs a carb setting under load, and I don't have a screwdriver here. And that's it. We'll walk to the other side. Hopefully the wind will bring her in because we don't have a rescue boat, guys. There's no fishermen here. There's nothing. Some sticks or something, I don't know. All right, guys. She's still in the same spot, believe it or not. There's nobody. I walked all around this little shitty sewer pond, and there's nobody here with a fishing pole yet. So we're gonna try something. And she's back. Well, that totally sucked. But she looks nice on the water. I tell you guys, I've had this boat for a really, really long time. And wow, I stepped all in bird poop. A really long time, guys. First time I put her in the water today. So, for her first maiden, And I haven't started the motor in about a year. That was a cold start, guys. We did that together. So I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. If I had a screwdriver with me, I would dial the carb in again. But we'll see right now if we can get her started real quick. And of course, now there's no birds. Okay. Oh, that tape was useless. A little bit of water inside. Like a tiny bit. Like a teaspoon. The cops, probably someone called the cops on me for running gas boats here in here in Los Angeles. Let's see if she'll start. One, I wish I had, let's see, do I have a key? Hi. Boom, maybe that'll help. No, guys, that carb is dirty. It's not just the high setting. And I don't have tools, but let's see here. Half choke. If it works at half choke, that means the needle's dirty. And I wouldn't be surprised. I ran the fuel out empty. Do we dare? Again with no rescue boat? And I'm just by myself with this big ass boat? Still have fuel. She steers great. Everything she does. Oh my God, look how much bird poop. Wow. Look at that. No wonder it feels weird to walk. Anyways, you know what? Guys, I'm going to call it today. I'm going to call it. If I had the rescue boat, at least I'd run her again, but I do not have the rescue boat, and I know for a fact, obviously, she's not running good on the bench, so I should open the carb, clean her up, and come back out. So, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And what I'm going to do before we leave, I'm going to show you guys something. So this is the sewer pond. Why do I call it the sewer pond? Here's why. You see this right here? This right here is what they call the Los Angeles River. There's a homeless guy riding his bike down there. This is a storm drain, guys. All our water from irrigation, from when it rains, goes into this concrete river. Goes into this concrete river and flushes right out into the ocean. But not before it picks up all the trash from the storm drains. And it's always empty. This is actually funny that there's water in it at the bottom there. You got homeless people living up there. We'll walk up to them in a second and you'll see it. But yeah, this is the sewer pond, because this water goes directly into here and then back out into here and then to the other sewer lake that I drive and then back out into there and then straight to the ocean. And they wonder, oh fuck this shit. They wonder why they have no water to fight fires, or why they have no water to farm anything. Well, you know, the simplest thing, even if they just dug out, they don't even have to keep the water. Let's just say, they just dig out the bottom of this river, get this concrete pad out of the floor, put it to the natural soil where the water can then soak into the water pallet. So it won't always be empty, but it won't always be full. And yeah, look at this. You got the homeless living here. Straight riverfront property. All right, guys. That's it. That's it. A little bit of tuning on the bench. Carb cleaning. And we'll bring her back.